Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Bivo One stainless steel cycling water bottle. Although stainless steel bottles have gained a lot of popularity in recent years, the Bivo One claims to be the first one specifically designed for road cycling. In terms of packaging, it's really simple. You just have a cardboard box, nice minimal graphics. You had to remove some of the graphics to the label, and some quotes on the side. So they're an environmentally friendly company as well, which is why the packaging is really simple and there's no plastic here. I'll go ahead and take it out of the box and we'll go over the specs. Retail price on this is $39. They also have a $29 raw version, which has a stainless steel finish. It's a single walled stainless steel, so it's not insulated design. And it has a 21 fluid capacity. It's only currently offered in this one capacity, but we expect Bivo to come out with more options in the future. It has what they call a gravity flow cap, and this is what's so special about this. It actually allows for nice high flow, which is what you need for cycling. It has a push-pull style nozzle here, so it locks, so it won't spill when it's being stored. And it has an anti-slip silicone exterior here. It's available in a few finishes, so nice grippy finish. With the raw one, you get the brushed stainless steel everywhere. In terms of what comes in the box, pretty simple. You get a nice little postcard in here that explains a little bit about the bottle, the lift up, pull push nozzle, the fact that you get extra screws for the bottle cage so it doesn't scratch, and a reminder to not suck, just pour, which is something you actually have to get used to. Because this bottle is a stainless steel one, you just pour it out rather than suck it on the nozzle or squeezing. Inside the bottle, you also have a couple extra things. You have a nice cleaning brush here. You can see the bristles at the end and it's quite long. This is used for the internal straw here that helps the airflow through the air vent. So it makes it easy to clean. And you also get the extra screws here, which is a nice little addition. This is something I think they added after getting some customer feedback. So these are bottle cage screws, and you can see they're a little bit flatter on the top so they don't scratch against the bottle. Now let's take a look at the weight of the bottle. So this is the 21 ounce variation. This comes out at 160 grams, so definitely a lot heavier than a plastic bottle of similar capacity. Now let's go over the fit and finish of the Bivo One bottle. Bivo actually offers this in 4 different color variations. The teal you see here, as well as black, red, and lavender. There's also the brushed version in the raw variation, and that has this nice stainless steel finish all the way through. In terms of the design, it's pretty simple. You have minimal branding, just Bivo on the front face and on the bottom. And otherwise you have a nice color matched body, so the bottom and the cap are all color matched to the same color, and you have the accent ring here with the stainless steel. The finish itself is fairly thin, so it will start to show a little bit of wear as you use it more on your bike, and it'll get a little bit scratched. But because it's stainless steel, it's a lot more rugged than a plastic bottle. What you can also see is that the bottle design is really simple. It's just a tapered body. You'll notice the little indentation near the top, and that's designed to match a standard bottle cage. So you have a standard diameter of 74 millimeters, and you can see within a standard bottle cage, the edge will line up perfectly with that little tapered, and that prevents the bottle from flying out. And you'll see a lot of bottles usually have a grip ring here or a tapering. So designed to work with any standard water bottle cage because it matches those basic constraints. It has a non-slip coating here too, which is really nice, so it's grippy. So you can grab it with one hand and not worry about it. And it extends all the way down into the base of it. So even when it's sitting down, it's less likely to slide on a slick surface. What's really unique about this bottle though is the cap. And you can see it actually has a standard push-pull nozzle, which is what you'd see in a normal bottle, but the trick here is that they actually have a little air vent. So if you lift up the little B part of this cover, there's a little air vent here, and actually looks like a B too, if you put this here side by side. The cap looks exactly like the logo B, so a nice little design detail. And what this hides is that little air vent, and that connects to a straw, which lets it extend all the way to the bottom of the bottle. So when you're drinking, this will extend near the bottom and allow the air to the pressurized air at the top to equalize, so that'll allow the flow to keep going. So compared to a standard bottle, a squeezable bottle which will stop flowing, this will keep going, so you can actually empty this bottle a lot quicker than a standard squeezable bottle. So you can see here, this is the straw, and you have the nice brush to clean it. You have a nice Live Life Hydrated message printed right on it. Nice flexible body, and again, this is not something you drink out of, just to neutralize the air pressure at the bottom of the bottle. You can see a better look here at the little air valve in there. And then the cap itself just pops right off, so you can see the nozzle really large. And what's nice about this is it's easy to clean. There's no little ridges or any difficult areas where mold will grow. And being a stainless steel bottle, this also prevents mold, so it's a non-porous construction, which is a lot better for drink mixes or other things. But again, big push-pull style nozzle, really easy to drink out of, and that air vent is the secret to the gravity cap. You can also see the interior of the bottle. It's a single walled, so it's not insulated, even though it's a stainless steel bottle. And it also has a nice thin cap here, so you can actually drink out of this without the nozzle. So it's something you can get a lot of multi-use out of. You can use it around the office or other places, and it still looks pretty slick, even without the top. So now let's do a little comparison between the flow rate of the bottles. We have the Bivo bottle in the middle, a Elite Jet here, and then the Polar Breakaway. The Breakaway is similar to a CamelBak with a little jet valve in there. So first we'll start with the Elite. Now this has a simple pull-push style. So you can see it just pops open. And if you just do it upside down, you can see it just comes down to a dribble until you apply pressure. So you have to apply pressure, release, and then pour out. So as soon as you stop doing pressure, because of the air pressure inside the bottle, it stops flowing. So that's empty. We'll get the Polar Breakaway now. This is similar to a CamelBak. So you can see as soon as you release the pressure, it stops, you have to wait. So it definitely takes a lot more force. That's one reason why the Bivo actually lets you drink faster and more water. So you see it takes quite a while. And then we'll do the final Bivo. So this one, no pulling, no sucking, you just pull over, open up all the way, and you can see a nice consistent flow rate that keeps going and going. So this will actually empty out faster than the other bottles with the same amount of water. Now let's do a comparison between the Bivo One and other cycling bottles. The most popular bottles on the market are Elite and CamelBak. What we have here is the CamelBak Podium. And as you can see, pretty similar design. It has a tapered body as well, where the top is a little bit wider than the bottom. But again, those same design details, 74mm diameter, so it'll fit bottle cages. And you have a little ridge here to make sure it doesn't fall out of your bottle cage. Now, CamelBak is known for their Podium bottles, and they have what's known as a little jet valve, and that's a little membrane in there. So it's pressurized, so as you squeeze, it releases a little internal membrane and allows you to drink. So fairly soft, and this is the insulated variation. But you can see similar size. The stainless steel, because it's non-insulated, is more similar in size to a non-insulated bottle. But otherwise really similar. Nice feeling on both. You have this grippy texture on the Bivo. You have the same grippy texture on the CamelBak. The nozzle on the CamelBak is a lot more complicated, and you can see this is the mud variation. They actually have a cap. Unfortunately, Bivo doesn't offer a cap version, so if you want to do gravel riding, you do have to be careful. The nozzle will get pretty dirty. But with the CamelBak bottles, if you haven't seen our review for them, they're a lot more complicated. It's multi-piece design. So you have the membrane, you also have the little cap cover, this pops out, you have a lock ring, and then the actual cover here also pops out. So although it's more squeezable, the plastic interior is porous, so that means you have to clean this a lot more often. You definitely don't want to leave a drink mix in here too long, as it does get pretty moldy over time. The more similar comparison would be an Elite bottle. So very squeezable. And the nice thing about squeezable means is if it falls on the ground, you can actually ride over these. So it's designed to be used in group rides, where the Bivo, you want to be really careful. It's not really safe to drop this in the middle of the road in a group ride, as it may cause a crash. So this will crush, while the Bivo will be a road hazard. That's one of the big downsides of the stainless steel construction. Otherwise, they have a similar push-pull style nozzle, and you can see pretty large. Now this requires squeezing because it has no air vent here to neutralize the pressure. So if you stop squeezing on the standard push-pull valve, the water will just stop pouring. But with the nice Bivo design and that little air vent here, it really keeps the air flowing and the water nice and smooth. So you can see how much larger the nozzle is too. So something you can actually drink out of a lot faster than the equivalent Elite. Now in terms of stainless steel bottles, CamelBak also has other variations like this multi-bev that we reviewed. Double-walled, really great insulator, but a lot heavier. And because it's double-walled, to get the same capacity, it actually requires a taller bottle. And definitely not suited for cycling. You can see the cap is their pack cap. So not something you're going to drink out of mid-ride. And then again, because it has no valve in there for the air pressure, it's something you really have to stop and drink out of. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the Bivo One bottle. What we like about it are the unique colors. You have these bright colors like the teal or the lavender. It also has a high flow gravity cap with that simple pull-push nozzle that's easy to clean and has a good flow rate. You also have no plastic taste with the stainless steel construction, which also avoids a lot of the mold you get with some drink mixes. Some of the cons for the bottle is the fact that there's no cap cover. So if you're doing any gravel riding or wet weather riding, that nozzle can get pretty dirty. It's also only offered in the 21 ounce size variation shown here, but we do expect Bivo to offer more options in the future. And finally, the rigid construction is a crash hazard if dropped. So if you're doing any group rides, we don't recommend this bottle. You want something that'll actually crush flat so you don't cause an accident. Taking everything into account, we'd give the Bivo One an 8.7 out of 10. It's an environmentally friendly, high-flow stainless steel cycling bottle. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.